Hello there everyone, and a very happy Thursday to you all. I do hope that you're having an amazing week so far and that you do have something very nice planned for the weekend too. So on Tuesday the 12th we did go live with our December release. We really do hope that you spotted something in it that inspires you, but we will be showing you through the release today and hopefully giving you a little bit more inspiration. The fabulous Han is behind the badge today, so she will be popping in all of the links of all of the products that I do use. I'm sorry, Han, if I do go a little bit too fast. Also, if you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Alta New store. So share if you would like. Thank you everyone that has popped in. Hey there, Melly. I do hope that you are good and that maybe this inspires you to grab your craft supplies and start creating. So instead of me just jabbering on all the way through this one, I am going to flip you down so you can see all of the products and then we can start creating. All right, so as you know, it takes me a couple of little clicks just to click on to my desktop view. And there we go. Sorry, everyone. There we go. So we are good. All right, so let's take a look at the products. And it seems that my camera is doing that silly thing again where it keeps focusing in and out. I thought I had fixed it, but apparently not. So sorry about that. Hopefully we're going to be good for this session. Hey everyone that has popped in. Hey Cece and Zamara. I hope that you're all good. So let's go through the products first. And first of all, we have this very fabulous Build a Garden. This is the Blossoming Freesia. And in the set itself, you're going to get a outline stamp set. This is 4x6. We have this beautiful outline image of a freesia, as well as some really great sentiments and a large friend sentiment on there as well. As well as the 4x6 stamp set, we also have the die available, and this is all going to come in that kit. I am going to try my best while I'm live to see if I can get that camera to stop doing that silly thing. So I'm going to try. All right. So we have the die and we also have the stencil set. And in the stencil set, you do get 4 6x6 stencils. And this is going to enable you to color in all of the little areas that you have on the stamp set really quickly and easily with various different colors. With our Builder Gardens as well, you do get that extra kind of nudge to buy it because you get one of the singular mini blending tools as well. So this is really going to help you get into all of those small spots on your stencils to create some beautiful blended effects. Thank you so much for sharing, Mrs. Tamp. It is a pleasure to see you here as well. So once we have that one done, I'm going to move that over and we're going to go on to one of the other things that we do have. And this is the Calla Lily. This is one of our beautiful crafter flowers. And in here we have, I think it's 4 different flowers as well as 3 different leaves. and some stems. It does have our fabulous keyhole system. So the keyhole system that you have on here are many. We have lots of different ones on there because it's going to give you the different flowers on the different little holes that we have. So there's that. I'm sorry if I sound distracted. I'm really trying to sort this other camera out. All right, no worries. Okay, so once we have that, and it's not working. Sorry, everyone. I tried. We're just gonna have to sit through it today. I am sorry. And we have the Dynamic Duo Dainty Roses. In here, we have the stencil set, which is a 6x6 stencil set. We have 2 of those, which is going to create these beautiful kind of vintage looking roses. So if you love the vintage roses, this may be one for you because it's on that very style that we have these. And it's going to create this really beautiful look here. To add some more dimension and interest, we have the stamp set, which is going to add in some really fine details that you would never be able to do with a stencil, as well as a number of different sentiments in there as well. So that is the fabulous Dynamic Duo. If you need any more inspiration with this one, I did have a video with this one that went out on the YouTube channel on Tuesday. This is beautiful. Samara, yeah, one of my favorites on that one there. We then have a very fabulous Mini Delight. This is so very sweet. I know that a lot of you out there really love butterflies, especially to add to all of those floral cards that we seem to create with Alter New products. This one is a great one to add to your stash. And as I always say, it's a Mini Delight, so it's small, but it is mighty. So on here, we have the outline of kind of like a tulip buttercup crossover that we have down there. And then we also have a 3-layer butterfly. We do have the outline and then the kind of coloring layers here. So if you wanted to, you could definitely just stamp this beautiful butterfly and color it in with your favorite coloring mediums. Merry Christmas and to everyone and all the holidays that are going to be celebrated. That's really cute. So thank you, Brandon. Okay, and last but not least in the kind of subscription products that we have is the Ornamental Bouquet. And we have the Ornamental Bouquet kit, which is the hot foil plates and also the simple coloring stencils. In here, we have 5. The image is stunning, so beautifully detailed, and it is very, very delicate. And then we have all of these stencils, which is going to add color to the pieces on the hot foil plate. I did, in fact, hot foil this before, so I did a little bit of prep, and you can see, oh, just how pretty that image is there. So we are going to color this in with the stencils today to create that beautiful look. So we have the hot foil plates, we have the stencils, and then as an add-on, if you did want to buy it, we do have the die, which is going to cut around that whole image really quickly and easily with a really thin border around that outline image. Okay, so that's all of the kind of subscription products. We also have some holiday themed products as well in this release. This is Through the Window die set. This is so very cute. So we have a number of dies in this one, which is going to enable you to create kind of a window box and shutter scene. And then it's also going to give you other pieces that you can add into the little window box or behind the window. It's a really great one to play with, and this can definitely be used all year round. So don't think of this as a winter kind of theme. Think of it throughout the year. Hey, Nancy. Oh, I'm glad that you, I'm not glad that you're overcast, but I'm glad that you're here. It's been really cold in Wales. I've got my hat on and I haven't taken it off for days. So as you can see in here, we have all of the little pieces. This little snowman is just the cutest. So you have his little body, you have some embossed pieces on that. You also have the other pieces that you can add onto him, and his little scarf is very sweet. We do have the layering guide on the back for the little snowman, as well as some suggestions on how you can use this set as well. So, oh, Mrs. Thompson, waiting for a window box. Maybe this one is going to kind of sneak its way into your basket. We also have a wood stove fireplace die. This is very, very clever. So we have a number of different pieces, which is going to enable you to create this look. This is very cozy. This reminds me of like a cabin. I know that you can get them in your houses, but I don't know, a log burner in a log cabin is, you know, it's giving me wintry vibes. So that is that one. We do have the embossed kind of details on here as well to give some added detail, as well as the layering guide on the back of the packet. So you can see just how well that's going to layer up. It gives you a suggestion on what colors to use as well to get this overall look. And you could use this fire by itself if you wanted to. Okay, so that one is the wood stove fireplace. We then have a 3D embossing folder. This is the Snowy Stars, and this is really great geometric background. I think if you just did this in white as well, you could probably get away with this being some kind of like golfing sock pattern. You don't need to think of it as just as holidays. You could definitely get away with this, kind of using it throughout the year by just keeping it very simple behind your kind of focal images on there. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone, and for joining us. It is a pleasure to have you here. As well as that, we also have the Majestic Mountains. This is a fabulous stencil set. This does have 4 6x6 stencils, and just looking at the stencils is not going to give you the greatest kind of idea of this one. But if I open this up and I kind of hold this up a little bit more, you can see just how beautiful and detailed the look you're going to get with a mountain. How amazing is that? You seriously, you just put the stencil down, you add a color to it, you add the other stencil right on top, add some more color. Same with the third one and the fourth one, and you're going to be able to create this amazing look. It looks as though it's been painted. It is fabulous. It's really, really great. So that is the Majestic Mountains. Last but not least, on the kind of regular release products is the sweater pattern. This is very sweet. So we have 2 stencils here, which are going to layer up and create a kind of sweater look for the backgrounds of your cards. Or you could even use this for a focal point if you wanted to as well. Hey, Tracy, hope you're good. All right, now we have some storage. I kept mine in the packets just so you can see exactly how you're going to get yours at home. These are our fabulous new pouches. Hey there, Sue. Don't worry about being late. You can always catch up if you want to. And we have the Dreaming in Watercolor zipper pouch and also the Dreaming in Watercolor pocket zipper pouch. So the main difference, well, there are a couple of differences with these pouches, but I can give you the main difference. One of them is smaller and the other one is larger. One has a pocket on the front as well as a little pen holder. And then the other one has a little holder on the side for a keyring. So once I give you the basics, we can then get into them. I kept them in the packet because it's always nice to know the exact name of these. It does help wonderful handout to know exactly what this one's called. So this one is the pocket zipper pouch. And this is so well made. The quality of this is so good, so fabulous, and it's very durable. So like I said before, we do have that pocket pouch on the front, which is enclosed with a little popper on that. And you can see that we have the lining in there as well. It's the same color as the vegan leather on the outside. We have the fabulous printing on the front of the little pocket there, and we have a little hole at the top here that you can fit a pen into. So if you have a pen, you can just slot that in there, and that is going to keep that nice and secure. As well as the kind of additions of those on the front, you do have a beautiful pull tab, and this has the embossed ampersand on the top, and you can see that it is a high quality metal zipper on this one. The inside has been lined with fabric, and there is quite a lot of room in there for you to get your supplies in. So this definitely does not have to be used just as a crafting storage. You could put your makeup on in there if you wanted to. You could put diaries, or you could use it in your handbag to kind of store different things too. Handbag or purse. I know that the US call it a purse. Over here we call it a handbag. Then we have the Dreaming and Watercolor zipper pouch. I am going to open this one up for you as well. And here we have all over print. So on this first one, we just had the print on the front and the little embossed logo on the back with the gold. On this one, we have the all over print. This could definitely be used as a clutch bag. Like if you were going out and you had a dress that was similar to this, or you made your own clothes out of the fabric that we have, because the fabric is the same look as this, you could definitely go out all matching. Yes, a purse or pocketbook would be fabulous in this suit. And then we have the little keychain on there. So if you wanted to add some kind of a little handle on there to use it as a clutch bag, you could do that as well. And this one has a bit more room in here for you to hold all of your personal items too. Maybe if you have a small tablet, it might fit in there as well. All right, the next thing that we have is very gonna it's been asked for quite a lot. So we have additional flip plates that you can get now for the stamp wheel. So if you already have our stamp wheel, you wanted additional plates, you can now get them. These are crystal clear, so they are very difficult to show you, but I will try my very, very best. So we do have two different ones. We have the original radial plate that you do already get with your stamp wheel, but this one has been kind of updated with the hole on the plate. So you're going to be able to kind of hang this up. And this one also then kind of helps you with placement. So you don't need to add any enamel dots, because you can then just use that as your bottom or top. And that is really going to help you out with that. Han is the lovely behind the badge person today, Tracy. And then we also have the square grid. So a lot of people have been asking, how do I line up my sentiments perfectly? How do I create patterns? This is what you're going to want to use. We have the whole grid in 1/4 of an inch increments, as well as a center point on this one. Hopefully you can see it there. And that is going to help you line up all of your line pieces rather than things that you want to go into a wreath. But yeah, it's always handy to have these extra plates. We have those holes in there. So if you do have a pegboard like I do, I just hang these up and it just gets them out of the way, but it means that they're always easily accessible. To add to our family of gouache, we also now have the titanium white and also the carbon black. These come in a larger size. They are 50 ml, because you tend to use a lot more black and white in gouache painting. We didn't want to just give you a small one. We wanted these to last you a good while. So that's why we have the larger ones in here. Okay. Last but not least, before we actually are able to create a card, we have some new inks. So the first up, I'll show you our new ink families, and then I can go and show you the ones that we've just transitioned over. So we have a new pinky purple family, we have a new greeny yellow, and a new yellowy green. But they are very, very pretty, even though they, saying a greeny yellow and a yellowy green. But putting them together, they are very, very different. So we have the beautiful pink crystal, we have the mauve, we have the berrylicious, and I believe I'm saying this right when I say acai berry. Let me know if my pronunciation is wrong on that one. I'm going to say acai berry. It may be different. Then for the yellows, we have the icy lemonade, the oolong tea, the citronella, and also that green gold. These two, the citronella and the green gold, they have my heart. They are beautiful. Some of my favorites in this release. Oh, Monica, that's funny. Then last up with the new colors that we have the aloe vera, the matcha tea, the swamp green, and also the oak moss. And you know what I'm gonna say. Those two, they have my heart. Well, I don't know what it is. Give me a muted yellow and green, and I'm all over it. All right. So there's the new colors, and oops. And then what we have are our. Or maybe I should have given the family name. Sorry, Han. Yes, we have the dried petals. We have the wood warbler. And I can't remember this one. But this one is the wood warbler. So thank you, Han, for popping those in. And then for our transition colors, we have 5 different families in here. We have the Martian terrain, which includes the pastel sunrise, canyon clay, burnt red, and mahogany bark. Then we have our sugar plums, which is, Cece, these will be available in mini cubes, yes. Then for the sugar plums, we have the plum, grape agate, amethyst, and pale mauve. Don't worry about getting all these in, Han. I'm going to be going pretty quick, but we can put them in once we're using them. We also have the coffee break, which is the espresso, mocha, rocky shore, and sand dunes. So they're our brown collection. And we have our blues. I believe this is Glacier Caves, Sapphire, Persian Blue, Caribbean Sky, and Arctic. And last but not least is one of my favorites. I know, it's one of those muted greens again, greeny yellows. Which is the Nature's Wonders, which is the Misty Moor, Marshland, Sea Forest, and the Mangrove Root. And Breathe, please let us know what your favorites are, what you want a little closer look at. We're always happy for you to kind of dictate what you want to see. I will, before anyone pops in, I will show you just how quick and easy it is to colour in the fabulous Ornamental bouquet from the Spark Joy collection. So as I said before, I have already hot foiled this. I hot foiled it using some gold onto just some white cardstock. The freesia. People are loving the freesia. Tracy's loving the freesia. So I am going to grab my stamp wheel because, as you know, the best place to do stampling, the best place to do stenciling is on a sticky mat. So I'm going to grab that. I always keep my little positioner inside my stamp wheel. I don't know where everyone keeps theirs, but that's where mine mostly lives. Okay. Oh, the new pink ink. All right, we can do some pink ink. Let's see how many colors of ink we can get on here. So I am going to add my stencil down onto my mat. And this is the ultra tacky one. This one is fabulous. And as you can see, that cardstock is not going to move off there. And let's go in with the first stencil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the stencil into place around that and then just push the stencil that's overlapping the cardstock. And that's going to keep that in place too. Oops, sorry. Just grabbing my little tools. Okay. So let's go with a pink. So I'm just going to grab out a pink blending tool. And we have, no, that's not the one that I want. I want the new one. So we're going to start with the pink crystal. So this is from the Dried Petals collection. And I'm using the small blending tools. You guys know that these are my favorites. But whatever blending tools that you find works best for you, grab them out, get creating. So I'm trying to add more of that ink towards the bottom to give us that gradient effect. Okay, so there's our first layer with the pink crystal. See just how tacky that is. Oh, it's mind blown every time I use this sticky mat for stenciling. It's fabulous. So I'm going to line up the rest of the images now that are on here. I'm going to have to go with some different colors, right? So we've got pink. Let's go with purple for the tulip portions and then the blues for the little bluebells that we have down the bottom. So let's go with the pale mauve. Mine seems to be very juicy, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap off the excess ink into my lid, and that means that I can just kind of grab the ink from there next time that I need it. Again, I'm trying to add more of that colour to the base of those tulip images that we have, and less to the tips. I love just having that screw top is fabulous. It means that everything stays pretty much where it is. The Arctic is from the Glacier Caves collection. Sorry, just couldn't get that. And again, I'm trying to add more of that just to the base of that flower rather than the tip. And that is the Arctic. Okay, so that is the first stencil complete, and you can see just how pretty that is. You could have taken hours just colouring that in to get that beautiful blend, but we've literally took minutes. Now I'm going to add in the second layer, and I'm lining up this little piece at the bottom as well as the outside edge of this large petal here, and then sticking that down. Let's go in with the mauve. A little turn, and then I'm going to add that colour through. Adding more of that colour to the centre rather than the tips. Amazing how quick that is, and look how pretty, and how all the highlights are in the perfect place without even having to kind of worry about it. Just taking like layered stamping to the next level. Right, added that into place. We're going to go in with the amethyst on those top images. And then we have the little bluebells at the bottom that we're going to go in with the Caribbean sky. Also, if you don't have a hot foiling machine, you can use the hot foil plate. I have done it a couple of times on the live where I've placed the hot foil plate down. I've inked it up with a pigment ink, and then I've placed a piece of cardstock on the top and then kind of taken the impression that way. And it works. It just doesn't give you as much as a shine as kind of a foil will, but it is possible if you just wanted to try it out. All right, then we're going to go in with stencil number 3. This one has etching, so I'm going to line that etching up around the parts that I've just stenciled and then pop that into place. Okay, so it's going to be the Berrylicious for this one here. Oh, Monica, yeah, this is so pretty, and it really gets me every time just how quick and easy it is to add all of this detail just with the stencils. And if you wanted to, you didn't even have to use the foil plate with the stencils. You can use the foil plates by itself. and then use the stencils by themselves. It's really kind of giving you more of a greater way to use them by being able to use them separately as well. So this one was the Grape Agate, sorry, Han, and that's from the Sugar Plums collection there. And then we're going to go in with the Glacier Caves again, and this is the Persian Blue. Just look how much detail there is in that. It blows my mind just how quick and easy that is. And then we have the 2 stencils left, which are going to colour in the leaves and stems. So I'll line that up. We have loads of different greens that we can choose from here, so let's go for it, shall we? Let's go with the first greens. I'm going to go with matcha tea. I'm just going to add that. I'm trying to add more of the colour to the base and then kind of draw the ink up to get that gradient effect on that. We also have this little leaf over here. Let's go with a different green on that one. So let's go with the yellow green. So we've got the citronella here. Yeah, these colours are so pretty. It's hard to choose a favourite. I know. Okay, and I'm then going to add in the bottom one too. I'll just use the citronella again for that one. Forest Trail. Thank you, Han. I forgot what this one was called. So the green one there is called Forest Trail, while the yellow ones, which I'm using the citronella from, is the Wood Warbler. Okay. Oops. Oh, I made a mess, but never mind. There's always going to be that part that's going to be a little bit messy because I have created it. So this piece is going to add colour to all of the piece in one go. Okay. Tracy, I've got a little bit of a tickly throat. I don't know. I think I should be fine. Everything will be fine. And then we have the green gold, another one of my favorites. I'm going to add that onto the yellow parts that we did. I say yellow, but they do look like leaf colours as well. And we're going to go with that swamp green onto the green pieces. All right. And this is it now. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, I may try some tea with honey. We have some lemon, I think, in the fridge as well. All right, so you ready? Just look how beautiful that is. So all that is going to need now is just a little sentiment, maybe a little bit of splatter, and that is good to go. Imagine creating these for, I don't know, wedding invites. I think that's going to give a really beautiful look to them, especially with that beautiful gold foiling on there as well. Sorry, everyone. All right. Please let me know what else you would like to see. I know that someone wanted to see these flowers, so I will do the dynamic duo really quickly and easily, just so you can see how quick it is to kind of pop these together. I'm just trying to move those stencils out of the way and grab another panel here. Nancy. So we have 5 transitional ink families. So they're the ones that we originally had with the fresh dye inks, the crisp dye inks, but now we're moving them over to the fresh dye inks. So there's 5 of those, and I will grab them so we can see them a little bit more clearly. Oops. So we have the Martian Terrain, the Sugar Plums, the Galactic Cave, we have the Nature's Wonders, and also the Coffee Break. So that's the transitional colours that we have. So we originally had those in the crisp, and now we have them in the fresh round inks. And then we have the new colours, which is the Dried Petals, the Wood Warbler, and also the Nature's Trails. So these ones are very, very pretty. Cece, I know, it's hard to choose which ones you're going to go for, right? So I have my image down, and what I've done is I've actually done it the wrong way. So this is the flowers. I'll just put the flowers into place where I want them to be. We've already done the pinks and the purples, so let's go with the reds that we have, and these are from the Martian Terrain. So I am actually going to mix. I'm actually going to miss the Pastel Sunrise, and I'm in like a heaven of inks around here. They are very pretty and they are everywhere. So this one is the Canyon Clay, and this piece here, the bridge, is quite delicate. So what I would suggest is that you just put your little thumb on there while you go around one side, and then do the same on the other. And then just be very careful when you take your thumb away. But other than that, I found that that was okay to go. All right, so that is the first layer with the Canyon Clay. I'm going to lift that up, pop on the second part, and I'm just going to line up this rose that you can see on there. Stick that down, go in with the burnt red. This one's fine, but the other one you may need to just pop your finger down and then change it around to the other side. You could also use some spray, but I find that that kind of clogs up after a while, and I'm just happy enough just to get a little tiny bit of ink on my finger. I'm then going to line this up so this covers the white space on this flower. And we're going to go in with the mahogany bark on this one. Thank you, Monica. Yeah, these colors are fabulous. I love having new inks, and is it going to be bad when I say I love that they're white as well? Because that means when I have them in my white storage, everything looks very white. And then when we get the new labels, because they will be coming, everything's going to be so rainbowy. So excited. All right, so I have my flowers down. You can see just how easy that was to do. I'm then going to take the leaf portion. Now, if you aren't going to kind of cut this out, you can play around with where you want everything to go. So say you wanted the, whatchamacallit, the buds to be a different orientation. You could flip the stencil around. You don't necessarily have to have it exactly how we envisioned it to be. The most fun part of looking through all of the projects that are made is seeing how people used it differently. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Nature's Wonders this time around. I think the only colors that I haven't used are the browns then. So I'm going to definitely try and get those in as well. So I'm going to go in with Sea Forest. Okay, so this is a really dark color that I have. I'm going to add some more buds in because I can, right? We're creating a 1-layer card. You can definitely play around with these stencils. Draw your own little world, create as many different variations as you want. And I'm then going to add some of these leaves around. Still using the fabulous Sea Forest. Oops. And because I'm kind of adding my own design, it's going to stretch the look of the stencils that you have. Okay. Now, because I flipped that one over, I'm then going to need to flip this over to get it in the right orientation. So before I do that, I am going to clean this off, because that means if I don't, it is going to transfer the ink onto the other piece, and that's not what we want. So I just have a little baby wipe here, or a wet wipe, or whatever kind of cleaning apparatus that you use. I'm just going to give that a quick wipe down, and I just have a kitchen towel as well. Oh, Nancy. I'm not sure when we will see some new greens in the cardstocks, but we are working on new cardstock colors, so just keep an eye out. So I have this lined up with my leaves, and I'm going to go in with mangrove root. And then I remember I did some more over here. Just add those in. Yeah, see, this one is so easy to use, and because you've got that stencil, it's so easy to kind of really play around with the orientation and how different it can look. So I'm going to add in these shadows to these parts too. Go. We also have some buds that's going to go on these. I have a feeling I'm going to lose my voice. My husband is going to be so happy over the weekend. All right. Okay. So we have that down. Oh, look how pretty that is. It's so vintage. It's so on the vintage roses kind of theme. So if you love that look, this may be one that you really want to add into your collection. So I'm just going to wipe that excess ink off quickly and easily so I can add in those buds that we have over here. Just trying to figure out the orientation of it. Yep, that's it. Okay. What did I use? Canyon clay. And a little bit of that. You know what it is? I didn't flip it over. That's why I was struggling to put it. I was like, it's supposed to be that way, everyone. Like that. Okay, let's try it that way. But in theory, we've stretched the look of it because we've definitely created another flower up there. Yeah, so the colours that I used then were the Sea Forest and the Mangrove Root, and they are the two darkest colours from the Nature's Wonders set. Okay, so that is... Oh, thank you, Zmara and Tracy. I'm glad you liked the other one that I came up with. You know that I love creating dark backgrounds, so that's where I went with that. So as well as the kind of the main look that you get with the stencil, you do get the coordinating stamp set as well, and this is going to add in all of those detailed areas. So we're not actually able to get this kind of detailed look on a stencil. It's kind of impossible. But with kind of coordinating the stencil and the stamp set together, we are able to do it. So we have these pieces here, which we can then add into place. I'm just going to stamp these in black. And you can see there that that is added in that detail, even though that stencil is the wrong way around. And in theory, this stamp shouldn't then work with it. It does. It's going to give you a really cute look on that there. Why did I put that clean in? I don't know. And then we also have the kind of insides to the roses to add a more detailed look to them as well. Okay. And to save a little bit of time, I am going to use the same center for both of them. I know. I am pretty lazy. So the more I don't have to kind of clean things off and stamp them, I will. But you do get 2 different centers. But I'm just saying that you don't have to. You can save time by using them there. And then we can definitely just finish that off with a sentiment before we use that last ink set, right? Let's put the sentiment down here so we then can add in that fabulous, what's it called? A butterfly. Oh, wow. Sometimes I amaze myself with the amount of things I can't remember. All right, so there we go. Let's create this butterfly and then we can add it on to our project. I'm just going to grab a piece of cardstock. We have our outline, which I am going to stamp with the obsidian. Stamp that into place. Then we're going to go in with that second layer. Stick there. And I am going to go in with browns. I know. Not normally my first choice to do a nighttime butterfly, aka a moth. But I did want to use all of the inks today. And this is the only ink family that I haven't used. So I'm going to go in with sand dunes. Stamp that into place. That one did not stamp very well, so hopefully you can see there that my ink kind of pooled on the surface and didn't stamp great. But to kind of get around that, what I do use is my stamp conditioning eraser. That's going to kind of take the shine off so I can stamp that better. Although it does look pretty cool. It looks like the pattern, a little bit more of a pattern on that butterfly. But let's just stamp that again, shall we? To get more of a solid look on there. So that is the Rocky Shore stamped twice. I am sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. If you're wondering about that weird noise of the itching, yeah, it's beating my nose. All right, and then I have the other layer. And I'm going to use that stamp conditioner eraser so I don't get the pooling with the mocha or the mocha. Not entirely sure which was the correct pronunciation. I'm going to stamp that down onto our little butterfly. Just look how pretty that is. So that is our mini delight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out And we do have the die for it, so I'm just going to quickly trim around. I'm going to grab out our ever faithful mini delight and have something rather exciting today. I don't know if it's just me that's going to find it exciting. I have new plates. Just look how beautiful and crisp they are. They're not going to look like that for long because my other plates are well loved, but I was excited to get new plates. If you were excited to get new plates, we do have them in the store as well. So I am going to place my die around the image because it's an open face die. You can see exactly where that's going to cut. Add a little bit of tape. This is from the satin masking tape that we have in store. Just to make sure everything cuts perfectly first time, I have my metal shim that goes on top. Remember, if you do use a shim, make sure that you pull it away from the edge so it is going to be able to go through your little die cutting machine perfectly. If it's kind of butt up here, everything will sit and it won't go through. We're kind of creating the thin edge of a wedge to get that through the machine there. So let's push that through. Oh, wow, Tracy. Tracy has 78 monarch butterfly caterpillars hanging out in her house, which is really cool. All right, so we've run that through. Pop that over to the side. The mini blossom actually has a little place on my pegboard, and it sits there quite happily. So I've put into my new plate, but I'm not mad about it. I just happy to have those new plates for a little while. And you can see just how perfectly that has cut out. I love my little moth. All right, so all we need to do now is add this to our card, and then we can add another sentiment onto our other card from before, and then we have 2 card panels down for today. So I am going to arrange them just sitting off one of the flowers that we have. I have my Instant Dimension foam tape here, a little bit of a snip. And then put that down. And there is one very beautiful and vintage card complete. I'm going to grab this one and let's add a sentiment onto it. I have the blooming freesia here, and that friend is just screaming my name for me to use it. So we have lots of different ways we can use it. And I'm going to pop that there. Actually, I can go there. Friend. Oh, we have To My Crafty Friend. That's cute. All right, let's go with that one. All right, so I am going to stamp the larger one first with some obsidian. Okay, lost my block. It's somewhere. Put that down. It's going to go there. And we do get the die of the friend if you wanted to kind of die cut that out as well. And we have the To My Crafty Friend. And there we go. So we have 2 cards created with some of the fabulous new stencils that we released on Tuesday, and a lot and all of the color families that we released in the new fabulous fresh inks. So I am going to move you guys up. I really do hope that you've enjoyed today. Okay, one sec. Takes me a little while just to get back. All right. Hey, Hey there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to the fabulous, lovely Han behind the badge that was popping in all of the links. You did a fabulous job, even though I did go too quick. So I'm sorry for that, Han. I really do hope that everyone out there enjoyed today and that you have been feeling a little bit more inspired to grab out some of your supplies and get crafting. Thank you so much. We'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.